You all know I play a lot of gacha games. I probably play more gacha games than the vast majority of you. Mrs. Stix and I are being flown out to Anime Expo, which takes place on the 2nd through the 6th of this month. So over the course of the next several days, we have a lot of sponsored content for so many gacha games at this event that we're going to be able to cover. What I wanted to do though today is just go over the gacha games that I have packed onto my laptop, but also the gacha games I'm going to be playing every day at Anime Expo. These are the games that I play in my free time, that I play casually, that I enjoy, and that I'm going to be playing a whole month. Beginning with Aether Gazer. This is an instanced action gacha game with very fun combat, beautiful character models. Admittedly, not really that great of a story from what I've played, but it's very easy to get into. You can deploy 3 different characters at the same time. You control one of them. It has probably like the combat is so distinct and different that it doesn't feel like you're playing the, I don't know, dozen or so other carbon copy action gacha games that play like inferior versions of PGR or WUA. Then we have OG Arknights, which is by far the best tower defense gacha game out there. Beautiful character models, really fun combat, beautiful story. Also dark messed up story. Decent gacha rates, really fun game to play overall. I love tower defense games. They're games that I can just like, I'll play this at the airport. I'm gonna be at the airport tomorrow before we depart for I think like 3 hours. Arknights is one of 4 gacha games I have on my phone that I can play on the fly. It doesn't matter where I am, I can pull this up at Anime Expo while I'm waiting for my showcase because I can jump in, spend like 2 minutes, and then just close out of it if I need to. Arknights Endfield, I admittedly have not logged into this in, I don't know, several weeks now, because with the open world action gacha games, I'm the kind of person that plays through all the story of a new patch and then just kind of like logs in casually, maybe a couple times between one patch and the next, because I don't need to do the world exploration. I don't need to do all the regular content and events because I'll just pull for the characters I want to. It's really that easy and that simple for me. Some of the best character models in the genre. Fun combat. I'm not a fan of the factory gameplay, so I just let other people make the blueprints and I just kind of take those and implement them myself. Or I just skip it entirely so I can play through the story, have fun with the characters. But this is still a game that I'm going to be playing, and then I'm going to be streaming the new patch shortly after I get back. Azur Lane is a game that I played like 4 years ago. I played it for like 3 months. I did so much, enjoyed the hell out of it, and then stopped for like 3 years. And then with the with Azure Premilia coming and with Azur Lane having a booth at Anime Expo, I'm gonna be hitting it up. I'm gonna go right to their booth and I'm gonna ask them to play the game. I'm gonna get into contact with the community manager, try to set up a sponsored showcase, and if not, at the very least, sponsored videos that I can do. Maybe, I don't know, become a part of future events, which could be very cool. But this game is super gooner. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is one of, if not the biggest gooner gacha games out there at present. Hands down. Like, have you seen their Twitter? I can't even show on screen right now what they post on their Twitter because this will not pass the community guidelines check, unfortunately. Now, this is mostly like an idle game. You have a degree of control, but for the most part, like, you don't really play too much of this. Then we have Brown Dust 2. This is probably one of the 3 biggest gooner gacha games out there. Phenomenal story, some of the best waifu, some of the best outfits, hands down. If you're looking for a fun turn-based gacha game and you don't want to play Honkai Star Rail, then this is the game you should be playing. Well, this and Chaos Zero Nightmare, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Brown Dust 2 has, I mean, like everything you want out of a gooner gacha game. And it's also a Korean gacha game, so it doesn't have to contend with the Chinese censorship that other Chinese gacha games have to. Then we have Chaos Zero Nightmare, which is another turn-based gacha game. I love my turn-based gacha games. I love my tower defense gacha games. What can I say? Chaos Zero Nightmare is a darker kind of roguelike gacha that is also very fun, also has very good characters, character designs, and character models. I don't think as good as Brown Dust 2. But that's totally fine. Very few gacha games can even compare with Brown Dust 2's model. Or models, rather, plural. All of them. If you know, you know. CZN is probably one of the coolest gacha games that I have played of its respective kind. By the way, I'm also going to be doing sponsored showcases at Arknights Endfield, Brown Dust 2, Chaos Zero Nightmare, MIRESI, PGR, Silver Palace, Wuwa, I think like 3 others that don't come to mind either. MIRESI, which I'm going to be at the booth for, by the way, getting footage for dedicated videos and YouTube Shorts, is probably the biggest upcoming Gunnar Gacha out there. This is by far one of my most anticipated games, purely because the things you can do, like this and Chaos, this and Chasing Collider Rider are the 2 biggest Gunnar Gachas coming. This though, this is going to be at Anime Expo, which means I'm going to be there getting footage of it for days. I'm going to play as much of this as I can. The story, the romancing system, the character models look incredible. The combat was fun when I played it back at Tokyo Game Show last year. This is... man, this is gonna do things to me. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. Then we have Neverness to Everness. I really haven't logged into that in like 2 weeks or so for the same reasons that I didn't log into Arknights Endfield, just because I did like the story, and then I'm like, well, now I don't need to log in. This is an urban open world action gacha game that is... I feel like there are certain games out there that have like an emphasis on the story but don't have a lot of side content. I feel like NTE is a game that reinforces that focus on side content while not necessarily having like the most complex or deep main story. And that's okay, because like there are a lot of fun things to do in NTE that aren't just like the main story. And I think it's essentially like a big playground for players to just have fun in and enjoy. Then we have NIKKE, which is my favorite gacha game, like my #1 most played gacha game. I've not missed logging into this game for a single day since I started years ago. Like this game, incredible story, arguably some of the best storytelling, best narrative, best voice acting, best character models in all of gacha. There's really no contesting that this game is one of the best gacha games you will play if you give it a chance. It's not just a Gunnar Gacha. I know some people think it is, but it's not just one. Give it a chance. Yes, you'll goon to it like none other, but there is so much more to it than that. Trust me. Then we have Path to Nowhere. Again, I like my tower defense gacha games. Phenomenal story, great English dub, really fun gameplay, crazy character models. Admittedly, some people don't like the character models like in the actual game, the combat itself. That's totally fine. It's not for everyone. Some people don't like OG Arknights models either, but I do. I think the gacha is friendly. I think the game is really good. The game is really fun, and this is a game that I played a lot of over the last couple months, and is going to definitely tie me over for the week or so we're in LA. Then we have Punishing Raven. I'm actually just jumping back into this. I got into contact with some of the PGR team, and I've essentially, like, it has reinvigorated my want and need to play through it. So I'm going to be hitting up their booth, doing some showcases there, and that is essentially, like, effectively it made me miss it. So I played it back before it launched onto PC. I played it a little bit when it launched onto PC, and then I stopped because I was playing other gacha games that just took up too much of my time. But now I'm going back. This is an instanced action gacha game, arguably one of the best action gacha games out there. Then we have Silver Palace. And I know you're like, wait, you're going to be playing Silver Palace? Yes, we are. We're going to be doing a showcase at their booth. We're going to be getting tons of hours of gameplay. We're going to be able to see what has changed, what is different, what they've implemented or altered in the game. Hopefully we get to see the gacha and the gacha rates. Hopefully we get to see new characters. I believe we're probably going to get access to the mail as well. This is an open world Victorian era, kind of like French style action gacha game. This and Rewinding Cadence are my 2 most anticipated upcoming gacha games, probably of the foreseeable future. With I guess the other one being like, I'm also excited for Azure Lane and Ananta as well, yeah, and Wang Yua. And okay, so there are a lot, but this right here is going to be a ton of fun. And finally, Wuwa. Like, I log into Wuwa the same as I do Arknights Endfield and NTE, and I think that's part of the appeal for me. Fun gameplay, great story, insane graphics, the best character models in Gacha, and I could just log in for 10 minutes, have fun, log out, log back in a week from now. But thankfully, this game offers content for casual players and for hardcore players as well. Open world, action, incredible gacha game. If you're not playing it, you should be. And those are the gacha games I'm going to be playing in July 2026. These are going to hold me over for the entirety of our trip to LA, and then I'm going to be playing over the course of the remainder of the month, because I mean, those are some of my favorite games right now. Hopefully you enjoy some of these games too. You get to play some of these in Anime Expo if you're given the opportunity to, or if not, hopefully you enjoy the videos that I have coming on them. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.